Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Midday News with Montana. I'm your host, Montana Free, brought to you by Montana Free TV. Right, it's all Montana all the time. If you're so inclined, you can always check us out on our website, montanafreetv.com. The up-to-date information, what we're doing right there. For those of you that haven't been to the Midday News with Montana, this one is a pretty quick show. We blow through the headlines, give our take on a little bit of it, and then we get the heck out of here because it is the midday, and hopefully y'all out there doing good things, so we want to get you back to it as quickly as possible. So let's get right into the news. Oh, Satanic Unholy Grammy Performance presented by Pfizer. That's right. The 65th Annual Grammy Awards held in Los Angeles Sunday night and broadcast on CBS featured a Grammy's usual tribute to Prince of the Darkness. This time apparently sponsored by the pharmaceutical giant Pfizer. The satanic performance of the 2022 hit song Unholy by Sam Smith and transgender singer Kim Petras. Mummies don't know daddy's getting hot at the body shop doing something unholy. Oh, God. Wow, that's some lyrics right there. Was followed by a promo that said the Grammy Award show was sponsored by none other than Pfizer. Jill Biden made a surprise appearance at the end of the show. TGP reports here. Unholy is definitely a Biden family values song. Oh my. Yep, there's the little Pfizer logo coming out. Kim Petras and Sam Smith performed their Grammy-winning hit Unholy at the Grammys. Huh. I don't know what to say about this one. America, the state of the demonic left in 30 seconds. Watch till the end. They do not even try to hide it. Okay, well, we're going to watch it. Here we go. Wow. All right, then. Oof. Wow. Smith and Petras were awarded a Grammy at the show for Unholy in the Best Pop Duo Group Performance category. Really? All right. I want to thank all the incredible transgender legends before me who kicked those doors open, Kim Petras, and fellow Unholy singer Sam Smith. Become the first ever trans and I can't say this shit with a straight face. Became the first ever trans and non-binary artist to win a Grammy in the Best Pop Duo Group Performance category. If he doesn't pull it off real well, and I'm gonna say he probably gonna get in trouble. Whatever. We are on YouTube, so I have to watch myself. D. Richard, good afternoon to you. Tonight's Unholy Affair is sponsored by Pfizer. It's in plain sight. They don't care. This is how indoctrination looks. Very true. Ben Johnson noticed a similarity between tonight's performance and one by Joe Biden a few months back. Same vibes, indeed. Huh. Not a Pfizer ad after the performance of Unholy. The anti-vaxxers going to come strong with the mark of the beast propaganda. Yep, you're absolutely right. Savannah Hernandez logging into Twitter and immediately seeing satanic transsexual everywhere. A sad cry for attention from subpar musicians. Wow. Hollywood is dead, and our culture has been conquered by the LGBTQ. Well, LGBTQ now? Okay. LGBTQ cult. Sad. Wow. Wow. What the? What? Why? What? Why? What is? No. Anyway. It's not healthy. Not healthy at all. And what is this non-bi? This is gonna be special. Sam Smith puts out. He looks so special. Look at them heels. Holy shit. Oh well. Oh well. Watch it all burn. Treason. Representative Waltz says DOD told him China's spy balloon crossed the U.S. during Trump's years, but General Mattis did not tell Trump. He thought he was too aggressive to know that information. Really? Really? Now you hold stuff like this from a sitting president? Okay. Representative Mike Waltz, Republican of Florida, joins Stuart Varney on Monday morning on Fox Business Network. Representative Waltz says current Pentagon officials briefed him over the weekend and said China's spy balloon crossed over Texas and Florida during the Trump years. Waltz then dropped the bomb that Representative Waltz said that General Mattis, Mad Dog Mattis, okay, was Secretary of Defense at the time and decided not to inform President Trump because the Pentagon thought Trump was too provocative and aggressive. Yeah, how's that working out for us? This is a treason if true. Mattis put the U.S. in danger, offered comfort to the enemy, and allowed Chinese spying on U.S. installations. How's that any different than what just happened? And then hid this from his superiors, including the President of the United States. Well, yeah, that's a little different. That's a problem. That's a bit of a problem. House Republicans must call for General Mattis to immediately testify under oath. This is also quite a statement, if true, since President Trump is the first U.S. president in over 40 years not to start a war. Well, there is no wars, there's just police right actions. Anyway, Mattis must have been reading the New York Times. Big mistake. Let's hope this man faces justice. Well. The leaked information about Chinese spy balloon under Trump to take the heat off Biden, but they actually exposed their own treason in doing so. Uh-oh. Now Biden still looks feckless and weak, and the Department of Defense looks corrupt. The regime continues to crumble around its own criminality. Let's hope so. All right, let's head over to the next one. What do we got here? Federal judge rules banning guns for marijuana users is unconstitutional. Let me read that one more time. Federal judge rules banning guns for marijuana users is unconstitutional. Here you go. Plain black and white, I guess. If you've ever purchased a firearm through a gun shop or at a gun show, you have more than likely filled out the ATF Form 4473. Wow, it's hard to believe. I thought we didn't have any checks. Anyway, most gun owners can scroll down the check and check the no boxes as it doesn't apply to them. But for some, like myself, we get to question 21E and pause for a moment. The question asks, are you an unlawful user addicted to marijuana or any depressant, stimulant, narcotic drug, or any other controlled substance? It gives a warning that even if marijuana is legal in your state, it is still illegal federally, even though Biden has pardoned all simple marijuana possession convictions, which freed 0 people from prison and seemed to be more of a political posturing prior to the 2022 midterms. A federal judge in Oklahoma, however, has ruled that prohibiting individuals from gun ownership because of marijuana use is unconstitutional. The U.S. District Judge Patrick Wyrick, a Trump appointee, ruled that being a user of the plant does not justify the disarming of citizens. The mere use of marijuana carries none of the characteristics that the nation's history and tradition of firearms regulations supports. The case was brought by a lawyer from Jared Michael Harrison, who was arrested during a traffic stop when a loaded revolver and some marijuana was found in his vehicle. It is unclear if he was a quote-unquote user at the time. However, the possession alone was wrongly used to justify his arrest. The following is strictly my opinion and does not necessarily reflect Gateway Pundits and is in no way medical advice. This ruling is personal to me and thousands of other combat veterans and individuals who suffer from PTSD and other physical ailments. Rather than take harmful benzodiazepine or SSRI medication, or copious amounts of painkillers, we turn to the plant instead. Many of us have done so to cast off the harmful physical and psychological side effects of these drugs and opt for a plant with 0 overdose deaths and an atrocious stigma from decades of prohibition. The state of Florida Department of Agriculture Commission, Nikki Fried, a Democrat, sued the Biden administration to block a federal rule that prohibits medical marijuana users from buying firearms and obtaining concealed permits. There we go. So, I guess it's not as bad as some of the other stuff. Who knew? It could have been a vaccine. UFC fighter Damon Jackson reveals his brother dies suddenly following receiving a COVID shot. Trying to figure out how I'm going to tiptoe around this one. Ultimate Fighter champion, UFC 145-pound Damon Jackson is still searching for answers for his brother's sudden death. Damon lost his brother, Bradley, 37, in September of 2022, a few days before competing at UFC Fight Night 210. After his brother Bradley passed away, the former Legacy Fighting Champion title holder changed his moniker from The Leech to Action as a tribute to his brother. Right before my last fight, my brother passed away. That was his football nickname. So they could call him Bradley Action Jackson. So they would just call him that on the intercom every time he would make a tackle and stuff. When questioned more about the circumstances behind Bradley's passing, Damon says they are still looking for answers. He revealed that his brother was vaccinated 2 weeks before his sudden passing. He believed the vaccine might have been a factor in his brother's deaths. More sudden deaths. It's amazing how many sudden deaths there are, isn't it? Video. Now this headline is hard to read. Proud transgender woman whose mother, quote unquote, of 2 transgender and gender expansive children pushes trans refuge legislation. Whew. That was a whole lot of trans. Anyway, look at this, sweetie. Oh, yeah. There's a lot of them that just, they don't pull it off well. Just saying. Oh, my goodness. Okay. A transgender woman who's the mother of 2 transgender and gender expansive children, that's a lot of quoting in there, went to bat for so-called trans refuge legislation in front of Minnesota lawmakers last week. The individual, who goes by Amber, of course, told the State House Judicial and Civil Law Committee last Tuesday, "I am a proud transgender woman, but more importantly, I am a mother of 2 wonderful transgender and gender expansive children." Wow. Amber complained of legislation being pushed that would interfere in gender affirmation medical care, particularly for children. My trans partner, oh, God, this is hard to read. My trans partner and I frequently discuss plans to flee the country if these targeted, hateful bills keep being introduced or passed. Amber added to the committee, please do. Whatever you do, please. Flee the country. Please. Okay. According to Democratic State Representative Lee Fink, author of House File 146, the legislation would turn Minnesota into a trans refuge state by protecting trans people, their families, and medical practitioners from legal repercussions for traveling to Minnesota to receive gender-affirming care. What the fuck does that even mean? What is... Anyway. Fink added that trans people of all ages depend on gender-affirming care, which encompasses a wide range of social and medical intervention to affirm someone's internal gender identity, including puberty blockers, cross-sex hormones, permanent hair removal, voice therapy, and surgical intervention. Amber also testified about not feeling 100% safe alongside the torrent of dangerous, ill-informed, and outright malicious legislation being introduced across the country. Leave. Just leave. It's okay. At this point, I'd give you a stipend to leave. Where do you want to go? We'll buy you the tickets. Heck, we might even pay for a house there. I mean, just leave. It's okay. As someone who started transitioning well into her adulthood, into his, I know better than most how essential and life-saving gender affirmation medical care is, Amber said, adding that I am so grateful that trans and gender expansive kids have access to the knowledge and medical care to be their full selves and thrive. Blech. To not only deny them how the deny them life-saving medical care, but to charge and prosecute supportive parents and healthcare professionals is barbaric and morally repugnant. Huh? Huh? It's time for a commercial break, folks, because I need to take one. Yeah.
You gotta try this. You definitely gotta try this. You gotta try this. Check this out. We're all built from protein. He's built from protein. She's built from protein. Even Bowtie here is built from protein. These are the most important numbers you'll see all year. Go ahead, try it. Yes, there you go. So good, right? Experience our incredible new built flavors.
Hey, do you want a great tasting candy bar that just happens to be a protein bar? Then check out Built.com. Use coupon code MONTANAFREE at checkout and save yourself 10% off your order. Again, Montana Free at checkout saves you 10%. Make sure to check them out. You won't be disappointed. Montana Free TV is proud to announce our brand new website, MontanaFreeTV.com. Head over to MontanaFreeTV.com to find all of our affiliate programs that work with us to keep this channel rolling. Don't forget, there's also spots on there for memberships where you can head over, join the club, and never lose connection. No matter what big tech censorship does to us, we'll always have a spot to go. MontanaFreeTV.com. Check it out today. Hey, Raid. How's it going? How's it going, buddy? Federal child pornography investigation infiltrates Telegram app, resulting in more than a dozen arrests. Yep. Operation Swipe Left. Really? Who says these guys don't have a sense of humor? Operation Swipe Left resulted in criminal charges against more than a dozen people involved in a cross-country network of people sexually exploiting children, the Chicago Sun-Times reported on Thursday. A federal judge called some of the allegations horrific. Allegations including live-streamed abuse kidnapping threats, and production of child pornography. Oh, we're going to hell. Yeah, it's all going to hell. Anyway. Mysterious outbreak causes projectile vomiting for 130 elementary students. Teachers say scene like Armageddon. Okay. An outbreak at an elementary school in Nevada caused projectile vomiting for approximately 130 students. Despite the mass vomiting event happening more than a week ago, parents are still searching for answers as to what exactly made their children be so violently sick. On January 27th, there was an illness that caused nausea for 130 students at the Wayne N. Tanaka Elementary School in Wayne N. Tanaka? Tanaka. Got to be Tanaka, right? Elementary School in Las Vegas. A parent, Daniel Faro, said, "A teacher said it was like Armageddon. Our daughter said there were trash cans lined up and kids just throwing up everywhere." Another parent, who did not want to be identified, said her 9-year-old daughter had a stomach ache and threw up 5 or 6 times last Thursday night. It wasn't until overnight when she was sleeping that she started having the stomach ache, and then she threw up about 5 to 6 times overnight. The anonymous mother said, and her daughter in the 4th grade. Oh. The Clark County School District and Southern Nevada Health District have not specifically identified the cause of the outbreak, but suspect it is a gastrointestinal illness. You think? You think? Wow, I could get paid the big bucks. What do you think is wrong? Well, I think their gut's unhealthy. No kidding. The Southern Nevada Health District spokesperson told KLAS TV, during a foodborne illness outbreak, people are interviewed about what they ate before they got sick. When possible, food contamination is confirmed using epidemiology and laboratory information. The spokesperson added, gastrointestinal illnesses can have many causes. The school district sent an email to parents on Monday. The Southern Nevada Health District is investigating the cause of the gastrointestinal, that's a big word, illness reported by several of the students at Tanaka. Sick people should not prepare food or care for others. No kidding. Gastrointestinal viruses are common and usually spread from person to person. Symptoms usually develop 12 to 48 hours before being exposed to the virus. What? Symptoms usually develop 12 to 48 hours after being exposed to the virus. Let's read that right. Most people will get better within 1 to 3 days without medical treatment. Young children, older adults, and people with other medical conditions may be at higher risk for complications. Where have we heard that before? Anyway, so a bunch of kids got sick and a bunch of kids threw up, and nobody knows what caused it. Surprising to anybody? I mean, we have kids, just dying. Sudden death. Doesn't seem to bother anybody. Anyway, top Biden officials defend Trump after Pentagon tries to deflect criticism from Biden over Chinese spy plane. Oh, really? That was it came out now that they just didn't tell Trump. Who knew? That's awesome. Okay. One bit of local news. Montana Ag Network farmers adjusting to the new organic guidelines. That's right. We have new organic guidelines. At Swanky Roots, west of Billings, the face of farming looks a little different. Most produce farms, after all, don't include 1,200-gallon tanks of carp. All right. At this farm, it's a new approach to one of Montana's oldest industries. What are you growing? Anyway, what are the changes? Come on, get around to it. How do we define organic? Because we're still using good practices in here. We're still using beneficial microbes. Yeah, okay. Well, I thought I was going to talk about the changes, but But despite strict rules, blah, 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 according to the data from 2019 Commodity.com study, there were 208 organic farms in Montana covering nearly 356,000 acres. It's a growing segment of the ag industry. Closely watched. Awesome. So it sounds like they're making it harder to be an organic farmer, which, okay, let's be frank and honest here, folks. We're gonna have a little honest conversation about this. Organic farming is a bunch of bullshit. It's a way to make you pay more for less. You're getting lower quality, 9 times out of 10, lower quality ingredients for a higher price because it says organic. And there's nothing organic about 90% of shit that's grown. If it was, it would be considered heirloom. Hardly anything that's grown is considered heirloom. So, although it's great that you can claim that it's organic, it's a bunch of crap. It's a bunch of crap. And just like grass-fed beef, it's a bunch of crap. Nobody enjoys eating, well, anyway. Don't even get me started on that waste of money. But that's it. That's all. There ain't no more. Look at that. We got it done in a half an hour today. It's quick. It was painless. Like somebody pulled the Band-Aid off. What's your guys' thoughts? What's your thoughts on the impending unholiness that it appears that we're heading down? Not us as a group, not the people that are sitting here listening, but like as a society. I don't know if we're necessarily leaning towards unholy or if we're just not paying attention. I don't know. But that'll be a conversation for a later date. I believe what we're going to do, don't quote me on this, but we could be having a Cussing Around the Campfire return very soon. It'll be Monday nights if it comes back, and we might be looking at as soon as next week just because, well, right? Anywho, we're going to get the heck out of here. Don't forget, folks, to hang around for The Library with Montana coming up next. And we're going to be finishing up the book, The Ranch. It's a Jack Sterling legacy written by Sean Liscombe. It's a great kind of prepper thriller that, provides some good insight and some things that you might not think about when shit hits the fan. So hang around for that. That'll be coming up very soon here. We'll be covering that. And yeah. Tell you what, if you've missed the book, you probably need to go back and look at all of the... so you want to look for the videos that say Library with Montana. And start from the beginning. Oh, man, I'll tell you what. It's the kind of book that gets you hooked, and then it makes you wonder why some people haven't thought of that before. But I do want to say thanks, everybody, for listening today. We're going to have one more commercial break before we end the show, and we're going to get the heck out of here. Thank you very much. We will catch you at the library very soon. And if I don't catch you there, I'm sure I'll catch you around the foxhole. We got more and more shows coming up tonight. We got a 7 p.m. start for the Montana Club. If you haven't been there yet, want a good place to hang out and listen to some good country music, head over to the Montana Club. And then we have the overnight radio show coming up. That's just kind of a good way to listen to some good country music, not be interrupted by a bunch of talking and a bunch of commercials. And speaking of commercials, thanks everybody for being here.
Kids know that we can't survive on junk food, but the school system fills our head with junk all the time. Believe it or not, we just want to learn the principles of freedom so that we can grow up and make the world a better place. Here's the deal. We're consuming socialist propaganda in our cartoons, on the news, even in our school system. We're basically being brainwashed.
I don't want my brain to be washed.
For too long, kids like us have not been taught about principles of freedom. A lot of teachers, textbooks, and media outlets avoid patriotic values like oil and water.
And even if they try to teach us about the proper role of government, if it's too boring, we don't pay attention.
This is really important.
Even talking about textbooks is making me sleepy.
This is where our new favorite books come in. The Tuttle Twins is a book series written by freedom-loving parents who wanted to protect their kids from socialist ideas and empower kids everywhere to learn why free markets and individual rights are so important. By reading these stories, your kids will learn what we learned. Things like the importance of property rights, freedom of speech, free market economics, the proper role of government, sound money, and more. Let's be honest. Most grown-ups don't even know these concepts.
Hey!
No kidding. I win so many of my dad's Facebook fights from what I learned from the Tuttle Twins. What? I'm snarky but fair.
Plus, the Tuttle Twins makes all of these patriotic values easy and fun to understand. And because the creators actually want kids to learn from these books, they're really fun to read. Over 3 million copies of the Tuttle Twins books have been sold to parents who, just like you, want their kids to learn how the world really works so they can help make it better.
3 million copies sounds nice, but there are still millions of kids who don't know the principles of freedom and need to learn about it too. I'm looking at you, Dad's communist Facebook friends. Your kids need it more than most.
Here's the best part. You aren't just buying some fun kids books. You're investing in your kids' future. The more true principles we learn, the more prepared we'll be to improve the country we love.
Sign me up. Take my money. I'm ready to make America awesome again.
If you want to protect your kids from socialism, click the link to order your copies of the Tuttle Twins books today.
And freedom of speech gives us the ability to ask you as many times as we want to click that link.
But we wouldn't want to be annoying.
Good point. That's why we'll ask in a cute voice. Please click that link.
Food supplies have been completely wiped out. We have a evacuation of all counties. I report complete devastation. We have a giant squall, cloud, just gobbling up everything in the path. Total loss of life.
There are forces in this world that remind us of how fragile we are. We thought we were safe. We thought it could never happen to us. Then life like a fog descends upon us, blanketing our memories. Through the haze, we travel its hidden paths, lost in its secret places. And when the storm, turbulent and immovable, forces us to shelter, we remember. It calls to us, calls us back. Back to the ports and the harbors of our past. We fight the currents that pull and drag us off course, not a light or star to chart the way. And when we arrive, we don't always know it at first, the places we once loved guised by time. Then we see it, the place we've been trying to get back to. Safe at last, we've found our way home.
From your backyard to the mountains, Jackery has your outdoor power needs covered with the all-new Explorer 1000. One of the most powerful and compact portable power stations on the market. Weighing only 22 pounds with an easy carry handle, the lithium battery generator packs a massive 1,002 watt-hours and is much more travel-friendly than traditional fuel generators. Our system features 3 AC outlets, a carport, 2 USB and 2 USB-C ports, including Quick Charge 3.0 technology to power your devices more efficiently. A smart LCD display provides accurate input, output, and battery level readings, while the side of the unit features a bright LED flashlight with an SOS function in case of emergency. Take the Explorer 1000 with you everywhere, and you'll never need to worry about running out of power again. Once the unit reaches low power, you can plug it into a wall outlet, car charger, generator, or better yet, try pairing it with our 100-watt solar panels to recharge on the go and completely eliminate your carbon footprint. We've equipped the unit with a MPPT solar charge controller to offer up to a 20% increase in charging efficiency. Set up the ultimate campsite and power your lights, coffee machines, coolers, and even your CPAC machine, ensuring a good night's sleep in the tent. And when the adventure takes you to the backyard, be the life of the party, bringing you and your friends quiet, clean energy while powering multiple devices simultaneously. The unit meets the power supply needs of more high-power electrical devices, so in the event of a power outage, you can rest easy knowing that your Explorer 1000 can serve as a backup generator to keep your essential appliances up and running. Whether you're going camping, road tripping, or just need an emergency power solution, the Jackery Explorer 1000 has your outdoor power needs covered.